Gas up the Jeep, it's good to be free. Load up the pans and fishing poles. The highway is long, the wheels turning round. Pack up the cook stove and the bowls. Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I are on the road.
Hey everybody, well, I'm back in the kitchen again, and now it's hard to believe we finally made it to April. We're already into the month of April. This year is just flying by like crazy. And well, in the city I'm from, Chicago, actually April is actually smelt season in the Great Lakes. And smelts are these little tiny whitefish. Look just like this. And then today I have some frozen smelts, which I have a big bag of them right here. This is actually a product of Canada, of course a product of the Great Lakes. Chicago's on Lake Michigan, so traditionally you go out and catch them out there, and I have a big smelt little fish fry. But the nice thing about these is that you just eat them whole, like this, with the head, has the guts in there and everything. Just fry them up crispy and then just eat them like that. And they're really delicious, and they're very, very mild. They're a whitefish, so it's similar to, like, cod or something like that. So really mild in flavor. Really, it's a really simple dish. You take some flour, a little seasoning, dredge the smelts in the flour, and then put them in some hot oil, fry them up, and then that's it. Really eat it with a squeeze of lemon, and that's all you really need. But today I'm going to make something a little different. I'm going to make an onion remoulade or onion tartar sauce. Just sort of a mayonnaise-based sauce with some lots of green onions in there. Now, the fun thing is that Chicago actually is really, the name Chicago means onion or something like that, or place of onions, or place where the onions grew, according to the Native Americans that lived in that area. And they were probably referring to something like the wild ramps that grow all over that area. We don't have those out here in Arizona, but what I have for my garden is, which I grabbed a nice one of these Itoy onions, which is actually a native onion to this area out here. And this is a bunching onion, and you just plant one of these and it just grows into hundreds of them. You just end up with a lot. So it's a multiplying onion. So that's what I have growing in my garden, so that's what I'm going to use for this. It actually isn't 100% native to this area. It's actually brought to the Southwest by the Spanish missionaries, I think in the 17th century. But it's been here so long that the Native Americans living in this area pretty much consider it being here forever. So, but it is definitely pretty much a native onion to this area, the Itoy onion. And so I'm going to use this for my sauce, and I think that's the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make my sauce, and then I'll make my flour mixture that we're going to toss our smelts in, and then we're going to go outside and we're going to fry up the smelt. My wife will kill me if I fry them in the house. It's going to make the whole house smell like fish. So I'm going to take this outside. But first thing, I'm going to make my sauce, get our flour ready. We'll get those all dredged in the flour, and then we're going to head outside, and then we're going to fry these up. Like I said, we're going to start with making our sauce. So I'm going to move this fish to the side, have a little bit of mayonnaise. Okay. And then to this, I'm going to add, well actually let's start with our Itoy onions. Like I said, you can see that this is kind of like a green onion. You can use the tops of the onion, you can also use the bottom of the onion. But we're going to use mostly just some green. We're making such a small amount of sauce here that I'm just going to maybe just use some of the green parts, and really just use these like you would any scallion or chives. But I'm going to use quite a bit. Then I'm going to save this for something else I'll use later, but I'm not going to throw that away. And then we're going to take this onion and add this. Lots of onion, really. What this is going to be an onion sort of tartar sauce, or remoulade, if you want to call it. Okay, and then to this we're going to add just a little pinch of salt, some cracked black pepper, I think maybe a shot of Tabasco, so a little bit, and then I'm going to add a little squeeze of lemon. This is a Meyer lemon, so it's a little bit sweeter than regular lemon. Okay, and that's it right there. So this is our onion, sort of onion remoulade that we're going to serve with our fish. All right, so now we're going to make our little bit of dredging flour. So put a good amount of flour in there so we have lots of volume to mix everything around. I'm going to add, of course, some cracked black pepper. I like lots of pepper in this. Some salt. And then some, this is some cayenne red pepper. I like it to have a little bit of a kick to it. Okay, so there's our flour mixture for our smelts. So the next thing, what we're going to do is we're going to take our smelts and we're going to toss them in the flour. Well, I'm going to do a few at a time, just like this. They're still moist from the you know, we defrosted them, so the flour should stick really nicely, just like that. And I'm only going to do a small amount here because I'm just making some for myself. But now next up, we're going to take this outside. Oh yeah, I think our oil is definitely hot enough. Let me show you what's going on here. Okay, we're just going to put some of these in. Shake these off and put them in. Yeah, those are looking really pretty. They are whole fish, so they do have the head and the innards still in them. So I am going to cook them, you know, all the way through. Crispy on the outside, nice and moist on the inside, but cooked all the way through. All right, those are looking pretty good. Actually, I'm going to bring you back over here again. Show you what's going on. They look like in there. They're nice and crispy. And I have over here a little dish with paper towels. And we'll put those in there. And then we'll go back in with some more. Finish these up. I'm also going to put these, while they're still warm, we're going to break them out of the oil, put a little bit more salt on there. They look so good. Look at that. Nice and crispy. Alright, just another minute and then we'll be ready. Actually, I think they're ready right now. I'm going to take these out. Turn off my heat, let my oil cool down, a little bit more salt on these, and then let's bring these inside and then we'll try them out. We're back in the house with our nice crispy fried smelts and our onion tartar sauce, onion remoulade. The only thing that I might add to this would be some Tabasco sauce and a squeeze of lemon. That's really all you need. But if you do like sauce, this is a really good one to have with it. And onion sauce in honor of Chicago. So maybe this is Chicago remoulade, if there's such a thing. Anyway, let's dig in here and let's try these smelts. Get that nice and crispy. First, I'm just going to try it by itself. Nice and crispy. Like I said, it's the whole fish, so it has the head, the spine, everything, and also the guts are in there too. These are little tiny ones. If you had the bigger ones, you could take the time of splitting them open and cleaning them out, and I could have done that with these too, but you know, actually I think it adds a little bit of flavor. All right, so I'm gonna squeeze a little lemon on top, and then maybe a little bit of Tabasco all over that. Now, that's the way that I normally eat them. Squeeze a lemon, Tabasco sauce. That's it. I don't even bother with the remoulade sauce. But for today, I wanted to do something a little different, and I wanted to make the onion Chicago remoulade. So that's what we're having today. So I'm gonna try that. Actually, that is really tasty. Now those Etoy onions are a little bit different than a regular green onion. You know, it has more of a sort of a onion shallot kind of a combination to it. So it has a much kind of a complex flavor. What are you talking to me? Why are you talking to me? I think Arlo wants a smelt. He's talking to me.
What?
Those are really good. Reminds me of being a kid in Midwest. Even reminds me of, you know, catching those little tiny bluegills and frying them up, just eating the whole thing, or bluegill tails. We used to call them bluegill potato chips, but fry up the tails till they're crispy. So good. Kind of reminds me of that as well. Another little treat for me. So good. I got them at a local Asian supermarket, but I've noticed in the regular supermarket sometimes this time of year that you can find smelts in the freezer section. So it shouldn't be that difficult to find if you're interested in doing something like this. All right, well, there's another one. Happy April. If you like this video, please like, please subscribe. That always helps us a lot. And we'll see you in the next one. All right, bye-bye.
Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I.
Arlo's still staring me down over there. He wants more, but he's not getting any. You've had enough. Can I have too many of those? All right, see you later. Bye.